everybody. Happy New Year. Let's start with that. Wow, it's 2023. Let's hope for a better 2023 because 2022 was rough, to say the least. Very rough. Hey, Minnie. I'm going to start off with, first of all, for those of you, if you haven't heard, Jules lost her mom today. So let's send some, prayers and whatever y'all believe in, her way. Because, what a terrible, terrible loss. I can't imagine. My mom's still with me and pray to God that she stays for a lot longer, but you just never know. Hello, Julie from Canada. I am still fighting. I've had the worst upper respiratory thing going on for a solid week. I got it after Christmas Day, and it just lingers and it never goes away. I'm like, it'll get better one minute and then it gets worse, and I don't know. It's been messy. I hope y'all are having a wonderful new year. I did not wake up with a hangover, so that's a plus. I know I'm a drunk, but I mean, honestly, I managed to not wake up with a hangover. And feel good because I was up half the night. But no hangover. Yay. Mini wheat. I love that nickname. I know. It's yeah. I know, Julie. It's really hard. I've lost my dad, so I know that kind of pain. But yeah. It's sad. It's going to take her a minute, to get past that loss. All right, how many of y'all watched this episode? This whole season's kind of messy. Who shall we start with first? Let's see. That's my kid, y'all. Sounds like she's having some sort of spell in there. Who should we start with? Let's see. Oh, let's get this one out of the way. This girl, I don't know what to make of her. I really, really don't. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, so we have these two. Gabby and Chris. All right. Well, he did 6 years for criminal weapon possession of a controlled substance, and God only knows what else. And then we got Gabby, who is a data entry, whatever, person. And they're close in age. So there's no big age difference or whatever. But my understanding, and they didn't go into detail. He apparently sued. Hi, puppy. He apparently sued one of the prisons for, bodily harm was done to him or something along those lines. And how much money did he say he got? Like $150,000? $100,000? I don't remember, y'all. Yeah, Minnie, I don't know facts about this yet, but I already suspect that it does not. I've heard a few things that it's not going to end well. Julie is in the background listening. Oh, that's right. You still don't watch the show. I totally forget. I forget who does and who doesn't. So yeah, this couple from the very beginning has given me vibes of oh boy, she's got a nasty attitude, first off. But I mean, she did spend the guy's money. Come on. He gave you $60,000 and all you have to show for it is a tight vajayjay, allegedly, and some face work. She's had some done. That's what it is. Okay. I thought it was 100. Thought it was 150,000. That was my first thought. It was 150,000. And I don't know why they beat him up, but God, and it's not funny that they beat him up. Okay, that's not funny, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, what do they do? Is it just a cop being mean, or did they really do something? Who knows? So these two fools decided the minute that he got out, which, by the way, she argued her ass off with his family from the get-go. There is the family in the back, the mother and I think the sister. And I was like, you're being disrespectful to these people. I mean, yes, they had to go to the lobby and have a little bite to eat and blah, blah, blah. But she was just, in my opinion, I would not have put up with that attitude. I'm sorry. And then she tried to get him put out of the car by the cops and decided at the last minute, well, I don't really want to deal with the cops, so I'm not going to do that. But she picks up Mr. Wonderful here, and the first thing they do is get married around the corner with nobody there, no witnesses. I'm assuming that production had to be a witness. That's exactly it. Yeah, he gave the family the rest, and he had, wow, I'd be pissed. Y'all, if I had 150 grand before I went in, or whatever the case might be, or while I was in there, and come out with nothing, I would be pissed. So, but yeah, so they get in the car and they tell him, oh, hey, by the way, we're married. Because, they did that little quick marriage so that so that he can, when he gets out of the halfway house, can parole to her house, which, oh, okay. And it looks like they said something about, well, they said congratulations. I don't know what she's saying, insinuating. But these two are let off to go wherever. I guess she drops them off at home. And yeah, I'm getting to that part. I know, they did try. And then the guy came in there and said, no, we're not doing that in here. No, that's not happening. So yeah, that didn't go over very well. So here they are. They let off the mom and the sister. They've dropped them off, and they're trying to have a conversation here. And she's like, telling him, look, I've never been with anybody else. I've just been waiting for you, blah, blah, blah. However, we do know that Gabby has some sort of secret. I don't know, y'all. I really want to find out this secret. Does anybody know what the secret is? I want to know what it is. I'm guessing they're going to make us wait till later on. But they decided to put their argument aside for a minute and head into the bathroom and have their moment. And 12 minutes later, they're, boom, back in the car. So that was a super quickie right there. Of course, the guy has been, locked up for, 6 years? So it probably didn't take very long. I don't think that was and then she gets in the car going, oh my gosh, I'm hurting. Sorry. Can't help but laugh. Here's what she says. I have my secrets and I am worried. So because when he's only in the halfway house for a couple of months. And yeah, the problem with that is that she's going to have a really easy time keeping it from him while he's in the halfway house. But once he's living at home with her, whatever this secret is, I don't know what it is, y'all. If I ever find out beforehand, I'll let you know. But I don't know what it is. And we may not find out until many. Yeah, I would imagine she did. Oh God, there's no way that was fun. I mean, come on. There's nothing good about getting it on in a bathroom. I have never personally done that. Thank you very much. I don't see the need for it. But I mean, hey, I guess, these two decided to get it on wherever they could get it on. This couple I see turning into a massive disaster. I mean, just like, and I don't mean fireworks. I'm talking about it's going to get nasty. I just know it's going to get nasty between these two. I give them literally no hope whatsoever. None. I don't think, they may not even be together right now. I don't think that they are. From what little bit that I've heard about this couple. Nevi. Thank you. I'm not living up to my name very well. I'm not drinking much these days. I did have a little bit to drink last night because it was New Year's Eve. And we sat upstairs and watched tons of fireworks, y'all. Tons of fireworks all over the valley. It was really pretty. Last year we couldn't see any because it was really, it was rainy out. Happy New Year, Nevi. She did. There is pictures. Oh, see, I knew there was going to be. I've seen some stuff, but I've just been kind of out of the loop with what's going on. And shut up. Really, Minnie? Why does that not surprise me though? Okay, so apparently he gets physical with her, like not in a good way. Oh boy, I don't like people like that. I have not seen those pictures. Minnie, why didn't you send me those? Well, that has nothing to do with this particular episode, but okay, so you have Gabby who has decided that she is going to go and talk to her mom. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this. This might have been love during lockup. I don't recall. By the way, I don't understand the connection between these two because there's nothing about him, in my opinion. Yeah, no, he's not pretty. But she was talking to their parents about, she's been with this guy for a year. They talk every day for a year, and the mother's going, "No, I don't think you know enough about him, blah, blah, blah." So she goes and she visits the mom at her work, which I found kind of interesting. What does that say? Oh, okay. She's telling him she dropped him off at the halfway house. And then, okay, first of all, Gabby wears, just so y'all know, that's a Burberry hat she has on. Now, I may not dress fashionable, but I do know a little bit about fashion. And that's not a cheap hat, just saying. Like that 60 grand went for a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, Nevi. Actually, this is the third episode. So you really haven't missed much. You really haven't missed much. They showed some other couples, and I didn't even cover any of those yet because it was Christmas, and then I got sick, and this is the first time I've been live in quite a while. Since like before Christmas, I did a live, but yeah, I just was not like, I'm still kind of struggling a little bit right now. So she visits the mom, and the mom essentially says, "Are you stupid?" And I thought, "Are you serious? Like, this is your daughter." She kind of does what she wants. But what I found interesting, first of all, this guy's been caught already while he was in jail or prison. Oh, is there only two? Minnie, I thought this was the third one. Oh, you're right. You're right. I really thought this was the third. I could be wrong. This dude was caught texting and talking to other females while he was in prison, which, first of all, I don't find anything about him attractive at all. I know I've already said that, but there's just something about him I just don't like. You know how you look at somebody and it's like you don't like them. I don't know. That's the first thought that came to my head. Now, when she starts talking to the mom gives us some information here that I was not aware of. She's like, that's not even her type. Like, apparently she used to date cops. And I mean, she's a pretty girl. I thought she looked better, honestly, before all the work. I'll just say that. And she went out with like professional basketball players. So I'm kind of confused. Like, how do you go from dating these people that, I mean, seemingly have their life together to marrying some dude right out of prison? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Hold on. Let me see what y'all are commenting. That's right, Minnie. They do. Yeah. wetv, I think. And I think wetv app is free, if I recall. That's what I thought it is. It's number 3. Yeah, exactly. And that was my first time seeing him. I was like, I don't like him. So yeah, we already know that there's some stuff that's coming out right now. That obviously that my gut was right. A lot of times my gut is right. You just have to go with it. Yeah, actually it is. And I don't know if y'all know this, but we have Love After Lockup right now. And then Life After Lockup is getting ready to start mid-January, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's starting really soon. Life After Lockup's going to be good. I think this is going to be a good one. Someone hurt her and she's rebelling. That could be it. That could be it, Minnie. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Man, but she went from, but if she was hurt, like, why would you go looking for love, like, in that situation? Did she go for the money? Was it the money? I don't know. Either way, there's no way they're going to last. Nope. I don't even think for a second. Let me get rid of all these. Y'all, don't pay attention to all the mess behind me. I'm in the process of packing a lot of stuff, and it's everywhere. So I don't even have my light on in here. I got a new, I got a light with my channel name on it. It's really cool. I got that for Christmas. Wow, I had a lot of pictures of them. Yeah, it looks like she kind of had an interesting, like a much better life before this guy came along. What do you mean? Are you talking about the episodes, Minnie? Yeah, you can. Okay, the next couple is an odd couple to me. Now, I see that there is a point of contention here with this girl and her man's family. Okay, like they started off on the wrong foot right away. Nothing so far is going right. Well, in this episode, it seems to. So you have Monique, who's 34, animal hospital receptionist. Derek, who's 29, and he was in for 9 years, which is a pretty long time, for DRUG possession and distribution. So, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Now, in my opinion, I felt a little bit like she was catfishing him. They never met in person. So before, the whole time that he was in prison, however long these two dated, they never met in person. They only saw pictures. And it's pictures like, let's see if I can find the one of them next to each other that looks a little bit catfishy. Oh, I must not have uploaded it. Let's just say that she sent him pictures of primarily like from here up. The face was very, very, very filtered. Yeah. I think he might have been a little bit surprised when they like met in person. So her sister's with her to go and pick him up from the prison, which originally it was supposed to be just him and her. His family was not supposed to show up at the location where they were dropping him off. But they were going to meet up at a like a barber shop or a salon or whatever, because this dude has not washed his hair in did he say over a year? Yeah, I could have swore he said over a year. I'm like, ooh, that's gotta be nasty. There's no telling what was living in that hair. Can you imagine? That's gross. Anyway, this is Monique, and yeah, her pictures look nothing like this that she sent to him. But so they meet up in person. The one family member of his was a brother. Well, he was a brother, but isn't he a sister now? Am I not right? Or was there a dude there? I don't remember there being a guy there. There was a woman who I'm assuming used to be a man, because that voice does not belong to a woman. I'm just saying. And I'm not hating. I don't care. Matter of fact, I mean, she looked very pretty. It's kind of like, wow. Is that who you're talking about, Minnie? Or I know there was a guy there. I don't know if that was the brother or not. They just said he had a sister, and I assume they were talking about the one who used to be a brother. Okay, so they get to meet for the first time in person, and look at this. Okay, this came out a little blurry, so I'm sorry. Oh, the one in the black dress. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Dude, she is easily twice his size. And I don't care about that. It's just that they don't look like they fit together. And the next picture will tell you a little bit more why. Like, look, they just don't fit together. Now, this is the first time that they've ever held hands, they've ever touched each other, kissed each other, because like I said, they did not meet in person. Oh, he introduced her as his brother? Ooh, okay. Well, he's clearly not come to terms with the change, transition, whatever you want to call it. Don't come at me, y'all. I'm calling it what I know to call it. But this just is not. Do they look like they belong? Because to me, they don't look like they belong together. I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. However, you know what? To each his own. He was very, very sweet about it. You're right, Minnie. He was very sweet about it. He said, "Look, I don't love her for." He said, "I already knew this about her. I don't. It has nothing. I don't care about her body size, her weight, her looks, nothing like that. I love her for what's in her heart, and she's been very good to me." So he was very honest about that. And he did not seem like he was turned off even in the tiniest amount. He says, as far as looks, size, she's a little bit bigger. So, I mean, she's a little bit bigger than what he expected. But he said, hey, I like a BBW, a big black woman. So, I mean, maybe they're perfect. But bless his heart, he can't get his arms around her right there. And it just sort of, it's just like, wow. Okay. He just looks so tiny next to her. Maybe he is tiny, y'all. Maybe he's not a very big guy. But he did say he has muscles. And he showed them. He's like, but I got muscles and I am very strong. And I thought, good thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll be fine. I haven't heard any news about this couple and how they're doing, except for I do know she does not get along with his family. Like they've been fighting and arguing on social media. So there's that. So I don't know how this is going to last. He does look like a kid. He looks like he's about 12 in these pictures. I don't know. It's very, I don't know, strange. So we have, this is after, hold on, where's the family picture? Is that the family? Did I not take any pictures? I guess I didn't. I didn't get any pictures of the family. I think I did. I just, they've changed up how you share photos on here. Like I didn't have a hard enough time before. And so yeah, I can't figure out how to get the ones to come up that I wanted to. So they're going back to the hotel room. They're going to hang out together. They're going to do their thing. I mean, he already told the family, y'all got to go because I'm about to go get it on with her. And Lord have mercy. Let's see here. She said, me being short, me being with a woman taller like Monique. And he said, and I think this is what he said after, made me want to make her feel great, feel amazing. To each his own. I'm not hating. I mean, I could stand to I could lose a few pounds myself. Let me get rid of these. But the fact that she's not getting along with his family, I think is going to be a problem. I apologize for the noises going on in my house right now. Nobody can seem to stay quiet just for an hour. All right, let's see here. Which one is this one? That's exactly what he says. She's a BBW. So I know. Actually, Minnie, you're right about that. You are right about that. And she even said that. She goes, look, nobody came to visit him. They didn't care to see him. They had nothing to do with him. They didn't help him. She was helping him out like a lot. So he grew a bond with her because she was there for him when his family wasn't. And I found it like a little bit interesting that the family showed up at the pickup and acted like they were all into it. Well, we're his family and we're this and we're that. But yeah, I mean, it really does count a lot for these people when the family is there for them while they're in prison. At least pick up the phone and call. have a phone call, have video chats, whatever. But yeah, they didn't seem very interested in him. So yeah, that wasn't right. Which picture is this? So this is where they're the sister. So this is her sister. This is Monique's sister that's with her. And she said, she was worried about leaving her there, which, by the way, they're in Ohio. And in case you don't know, there are certain people that own Ohio. So I don't know how these people are allowed to go in that state. But I mean, hey, maybe they got past her. I don't know. Any of you in this community know exactly who I'm talking about. How do you own a state? My state. Well, I'm in Arizona, so it must be my state, right? I own it. In case y'all didn't know, if you need to come to Arizona, you're gonna have to come through me first. This kind of blew me away. Right? I don't think I showed this one yet. Or maybe I did. Yeah, I did show that one. But okay. I felt a little bit bad. I'm sorry. I did not take this for the intention to try and shame her, okay? However, girl, don't cut the shorts off. Let them just go on down, okay? Let them cover stuff up. It's okay to cover things up. I cover stuff up all the time. I don't, I'm uncomfortable. If I'm uncomfortable with what I look like in the mirror, then I feel like people looking at me are going to think, okay, she just does not look that great in that outfit. Wait, you share what with Jules? What do you share with Jules? What did I say, Minnie? I don't even know what I said. Isn't that sad? I don't know. My brain's not all here today. No big surprise there. Oh, you share your state. That's right. Is that what you're saying? No, you don't. Do you? Okay, I'm lost. Sorry, y'all. This has been going on for a week. Let me get this picture off here before. Yeah. So these two I'm anxious to see next week. I want to see their reactions. How this romantic time went with the two of these together. I'm curious. Don't y'all ever just get curious, like how things are gonna go? I want to know. How did I know that, Minnie? I did not know that. I share mine with well, there's a couple of people here that I met that I know that I have met in person. IRL. I have met them in person. I know them. Okay, we have. So did they only show 3 couples this week? I guess so, huh? Yeah, that's it. They didn't get very many couples in for an hour and a half. Coupling. Okay, this couple I find interesting. And I will be very curious to see how this goes. All right. So they apparently knew each other before she went into prison. Now, he also has done time in prison, and here is his mugshot. Yikes. You're looking a little rough there. Okay. So he's a tree trimmer, so he's gotten himself a job, which is good. And she did time for DRUG, possession and obstruction of justice. She did 1.5 years, but I think that I'm a little bit confused on the time because if y'all recall, she said when she was out, she had gotten out at one point and was in the halfway house, and then she went out. So her and Nathan, Skylar and Nathan, they went out while she was in the halfway house. They lost track of time. I mean, who doesn't lose track of time when they're out? I've done it before. But when you're in a halfway house and you're required to be there at a certain time, you don't lose track of time. You don't do that. That's a no-no. So she ended up going back to prison because she did not abide by the rules. And I'm like, oh, what were you thinking? And of course the mother doesn't like him because of that. I mean, she seemed like she was okay with him. But I just don't know. Oh, you're right. That's who I forgot to upload. The jewelry lady. hold on. I will show y'all some other pictures. But I was just like, why am I missing somebody? Okay, so I'm gonna have y'all look. Actually read this because now Nathan has his aunts, okay, who take care of him or kind of, help him out and whatnot. There's aunt, there's one of them is the brother's sister and one of them is the mother's sister. And apparently he had some issues with, I think it was the brother's or the father's sister. Does that make sense? Hold on. If y'all hear a bloop, it's just me. And I hope it doesn't show up twice on here. Let's see.
Whoops.
Did I show it? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. There's a guest in there. It's me. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to upload these super quick because I was thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. Man, they have really changed the way you have to upload these pictures in here. And it's like messing with my head. Messing with my head. There they are. There they are. Y'all, she kind of, now, we have Ashley and Travis. That's who we're actually talking about, is another couple. Okay, first of all, I am not fond of anybody who robs a bank with good reason. I used to work at one, and I don't know if y'all remember, I told a story way back when about getting robbed while working at the bank. I did not care for that at all. Now, I will say this. We're going to finish talking about the other couple, though. Hold on. Here we go. This girl cried. Oh, actually, there's two other couples. Minnie, I missed two. How did I do that? I surely did. I missed two of them. Okay, y'all bear with me here. I'm sorry. I usually have all this together when I get on here. I apologize for taking a minute here. I have not felt good this week at all, and it's really like messing with me. Remember, Minnie, there's the other couple, Justine and Michael, who, by the way, okay, we're going to talk about them in a minute, but I'm sorry, y'all. I meant to I couldn't. Let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. I had pictures of the family too for the other couple, but oh well, it's fine. It is what it is. All right, here we go. I was thinking that there was something off with that. So, okay, the aunt is clearly not happy with this situation with this Skylar girl moving in because she has a history of drugs use. She's an addict. However, I mean, he's had issues in the past too, but I think that she's thinking the two of them together are not going to be good. All right, I got pictures up. Yes, the pretty girl and the rapper. And I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. I'll be honest. I really don't. So this couple, I think this is him talking to the aunt. Everybody has concerns. Yeah, so the one aunt has a lot of concerns about this situation. I don't know. I think she didn't seem real excited about why she actually got put back in prison, and I don't blame her because I would not be very happy either if somebody didn't pay attention to the time and I got sent back to prison for it. I wouldn't care much for that. But however, that they're both responsible. So there's that. She had just as much. Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm getting it together here. And she even says right here, last time we saw each other, it was not a good time. So yeah, and that right there should tell you everything you need to know. That she's probably still holding some resentment towards this guy, and I think that's going to be a problem. I would be resentful. I mean, I don't think I would even be with a guy who, if they were the reason that I got sent back. I'm not saying that he's totally the reason, but that would be hard for me. Now, this girl, Skylar, is it Skylar or Skylar? Skylar is known to be a bit of a like a prison Barbie. I mean, here's a picture of her. She looks very, very high maintenance to me. I get that that's before she went, right? Well, I don't understand that either. And I don't know if it's because, do you think it's because she did the time due to the fact that she didn't abide by the rules in the halfway house? Or do you think it has something to do with maybe the C-19 situation? I'm not really sure either because I don't know exactly when this took place, but that could be it. I know. It's on both of them. It is on both of them. I will say this though, the mother, pardon me, the mother strikes me as. Hold on, what did these say? Oh, what's happening? Oh, there it goes. Okay, this is just him kind of telling the story about, man, he's got to do something with that beard. That beard is nasty looking. So the mother and the brother are there to greet Skylar as she gets out of prison. They're taking her to a location down the road or whatever. And it looks to me like they, at this point, are getting along okay. This is Heather, Skylar's mother. And if you pay close attention, and we don't see this all too often on this show, they seem to be very put together and well off. Her family does. And that's probably why she might be a little high maintenance. But if you look at this mother, how old was her daughter? Hold on. How old was Skylar? Skylar is, okay, she's 27. And I'm going to put the mother's age at maybe in her late 40s. But she does not look it at all. She looks like she could be the girl's sister. She's really pretty. And you can tell that she takes very good care of herself. That doesn't always happen with this show. Sometimes they, can be a little rough. Maybe not felons, but I would think jail time. Yeah, well, maybe they think because she did her time. I thought too, though. All right, so wait a minute. Are you talking about the fact that because he was a felon and she's a felon, the two of them like living in the same location? Because I think once he's let go of all responsibility to the state, isn't that then not a problem? I would assume. I don't know. That's a good point. If that's the point you're bringing up. So Mama here is like, okay, she knows this guy. Sorry, she's got her eyes closed here. I know, Mom still has teeth. Not only does she have teeth, she has like really nice hair, really nice clothes. She's driving a nice Mercedes SUV. Like, okay, this family does not need the money from Love After Lockup. Maybe the daughter might. I don't know, but they're one of the most unusual families, I would have to say, that I've seen on the show. They don't need to get out there, but maybe they just want to. I think, is this the first one? This is not the first one where we've seen like a felon with a felon. I mean, a lot of times that in the past, the people that get with, I mean, for instance, John, he did time in prison and then he married someone in prison, right out of prison. So yeah, I know, Manny. I wonder if they had to file something for that particular situation. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I go back and forth on this couple, how they're going to do with each other. If they can get past, I should say, the reason that she ended up going back to prison. Yeah, and she knows how to tell time. Maybe they'll be okay. He seems really nice. I will say that for him. He seems really nice. He's not obnoxious. He's not, talking about how he's going to, the first thing he's going to do is jump her bones, which, oh my God, if I hear that one more time, we get it. You've been in prison. That's the first thing that's coming to your mind. But do you have to talk about it on national television? Like, don't be nasty. Don't be nasty. But I guess Love After Lockup has come to expect that. People expect that. Yeah, I don't know. That whole the felon with the felon thing. I don't know how that works. They know they're together. They're on the show. Um. Okay, we have this couple. I call it that Skylar and is it Nathan? I forgot. It's been I haven't got to know these characters very well. I think they're gonna hang in there and be okay. We have this couple. God. Okay. My daughter watches, well, parts of the show with me. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm muted for that cough. John, and I can't think of her name, actually got married while she was in prison. No, they got married right out of prison. Remember, Minnie? Um, so John and Christiana. Remember, they weren't married. And then as soon as she got out of prison, he had like this little arch built to go on the back of his truck. And essentially, like, they just drove down the street. They had this, it was like a ceremony. Um, it was a ceremony for, he's not, I'm trying to remember what he was. I don't remember what type of ceremony it was. Wait a minute. What do you mean he lied? Shut up. Hold on. Are you serious? How did I not know that? How did you know that? So they actually were married in prison. So the whole like ceremony, well, maybe that was just like that his seriously? John, don't lie. I don't like that. Don't lie. I did not know that. Oh, he got re-engaged too to another girl, and they're not together anymore. Crystal, I think was her name. I'm not sure. I'm bad with names. All right, we have, all. Yes, you do. Ashley and Travis. All right. I will give it to her. At least her guy is actually nice looking. Okay. In my opinion, he's handsome. So we got Ashley, 38, who is an antique fine jewelry purveyor, which is kind of interesting because she is going to have a armed bank robber live with her for at least 36 months because he is paroled to her for 36 months. He's handsome. Okay, I will give him that. She kind of bugs me a little bit. Something about the way that she whines. My own kid is like, she whines too much. Hold on, what did you write? Shut up. Ooh, spilling some tea. I did not know that. Shame on you, John, for not being truthful. Shame on you. All right, this couple, they're kind of cute together. I mean, she does bug me a little bit, but they're kind of cute together. Like, I like him. He seems nice. Maybe he learned his lesson. They're very lovable with each other and kissing on each other. What cracked me up, though, is where they're like getting it on in the bathroom. I mean, about to have a shower, gonna have a good old time. And he's like, oh, wait, hold on. The pizza is here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And you see the guy's hand is still out. He's probably like, yo, dude, where's my tip? I mean, he got no tip. Actually, in case y'all don't know, his hand is probably out because he just handed him the pizza and the guy took it. Most likely they tipped on the app because that's how it usually goes now. I found it funny because he literally, here he is taking a bite of the pizza before going to have the magical moment in the shower because he really wanted that pizza, y'all, which I kind of can't blame him. I would do the same thing. Okay, that's not him saying that. That is her saying that. I haven't been with a man in 4.5 years. Yeah, the way that came out, very blurry, and that was supposed to be her face. So my bad. He's been with nothing but men for the last however many years. Hopefully not in that way, but you never know. Never know what happens behind those bars. You just never know. He did order downstairs, but I think he had it call. I think he told him to deliver to the room. Yep, I could think the same thing. I think the same thing, Minnie. And I think there's a reason that they showed, and I don't know if I got a screenshot of it, but I think I did after they get home. So they had a nice little night together, and she said, "You did not disappoint." And then he goes on to say, "Oh, wait, that's the house. Nope, here she is in the hallway," because this girl cries, okay? She cries at everything. You look at her wrong, she cries. If she's happy, she cries. She just cries. She's one of the big criers. So she goes, "Oh, I'm the luckiest woman in the world to have this man in my life." And are you really though? Because like think about what he did. That's pretty ballsy. Okay. So are you the luckiest woman in the world? She goes, "I get to lay down next to my best friend every day. And do other things with him. I'm trying to keep it PG here because YouTube is not very happy about us saying things we're not supposed to lately." He would have said yesterday. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. So he thinks he's going to get some more. And she says, "No, my business is paralyzed. It's out of business for a minute." Yeah, it's out of business. Post St. Lucie is an expensive part. Huh? Oh, you mean where she lives? Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. It does look like an expensive. Well, and if you remember too, Minnie, when she talks about, "Hey, I've been getting this place ready and buying all this new furniture by myself and making the house look really nice for when he gets there," because she wanted it to be perfect. And I'm like, why wouldn't you want it to be perfect for you, not for him? The guy's been in prison. Does he really care where he lives? No. But he walks into this house and he's like, "Baby, this house is amazing. I cannot believe I'm going to live here in this amazing house." Like, he hit the jackpot. Let's just say that. Okay, she may not have a lot of money, but she does have a really nice house. They have a pool, which of course they both jumped in with their clothes on. And he says you can't stay in wet clothes. And I don't know if that's his way of saying, hey, let's go get it on some more. But the first thing that she does, y'all, I did think this was super cute. Look at this dog. It's just turned out so blurry. But Teddy is the dog. And I'm pretty sure that Teddy, it looks like a dachshund, like a furry dachshund, is going to be the best part of the whole show. That's just my thought. Because anytime there are cute little dogs, I love the dogs. But I did find it interesting that the first thing that she did was go put this stuff. Of course, you should. If she has jewelry in her home, it should be in a safe. I don't know if y'all can see that very well because her head is in the way, but that is a tiny little safe, and it's not even like, it moves. So, I mean, anybody could pick that safe up and take it. I'm just saying she's not keeping things, they're not protected very well in her home. I was sitting there looking at that picture. That's why my head was sideways. So I'm a little confused as to why she wouldn't have one that's like, screwed down or tied down to something where you can't just pick it up and take it. Oh, so see, I don't know that much about places in Florida. I don't ever go there. But it did look like it was pretty pricey. She has a nice house. I will say that. She has a nice place. So, I mean, he's got a nice place to stay. Now, my guess is their arguments, drama is going to be the next door neighbor. The dude with the big old thing in his jaw. Like, what is that? Somebody tell me what that is. If you know what it is, write it in the comment section and let me know. Because I don't know. He looks like he has big old, what do you call those things that you used to buy? Like the jawbreakers. But just like a whole bunch of them. Like right here. It's really big. It bugs me. Like, take care of that old man. But he's going to be a problem because this guy is jealous of him when he was in prison. So imagine he's out now. They're going to have problems with a neighbor. I see it coming. That's going to be their drama. They always got to have drama. Then we have, last but not least, we have Justine and Michael. Justine is 35. She's a medication technician, entrepreneur. Don't know what a medication technician is. Don't really know what that is. Michael has done 6 years for possession with intent to deliver. And I highly suspect that that is how Michael has all of these fancy things that he has. Because when he got out, his first thing that he wanted to deal with, like you can even see it here. You can't see the, here's his car. Which, by the way, y'all, this is very blurry, and I know that. I knew when I took it, it was blurry. You can't really see the car very well. It is some type of BMW that, I guess, is similar to a Audi A6 or whatever. You know, that really badass car that goes really fast. The doors come up on the side, which, you know, it's a nice car. He didn't get that from wrapping, okay? That didn't come from wrapping. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Minnie. That's what I'm saying. He very clearly did well with the dealing. They're starting to have a little issue here because one of his friends, actually the one who is supposed to help out with his career in rap music, is coming to the family gathering, and she is not happy about that, which honestly, I kind of can't blame her because this is probably somebody that doesn't really even need to be in his life. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I did find it very endearing that when he finally got to see his kids, he was crying. I did think that was sweet. I mean, this is the first time, Nate, you know, some of his kids, one of his daughter, I think he's seen, but I don't think he's ever gotten to see like his son. His son is little, which I'm kind of confused because didn't it say he did 8 years? Hold on. Let me see this. No, 6 years. How old was that little boy? He must have been conceived right before this guy went to prison. Huh. I didn't even think about that. He doesn't even look 6. Does he to you, Minnie? He doesn't look 6 to me. Here he is picking him up. Yeah, I guess he could be. Maybe he's just little. He could be 6. But yeah, he's never even met him in person. So that was kind of cute. I thought the whole family thing was cute. I don't know how these two are doing currently. I have not seen any updated news on them. I hope that they do okay. I did find it interesting that he managed to buy her a brand new SUV while in prison. And then she went and had, you know, it checked to make sure that it was, you know, legal, that it was in her name, that there wasn't any issues. And I know what kind of issues she's thinking because we know where the money came from to buy that car. Come on. I don't know how much he has put back, but he seems to think not much because he's talking about how he has to, you know, get his rap career going and blah, blah, blah. Good for him. But check out these necklaces. This was the first thing that he wanted was his cars and his necklaces and his Rolex. And he's very, he's showy. After so long of not being able to embrace. Yeah, I agree with him. You remember how he said when he got to embrace, she was pregnant? Okay, that makes sense. Not being able to embrace family like the way you want to, because, you know, like when you really like hug somebody with a lot of emotion, a lot of times, you know, you will just cry from like, you know, I know I do. I mean, there's just a lot of emotion there, but I don't know. I'll ask if y'all have any opinions on how you think that this is going to end up. I think as long as he stays out of trouble, they'll be okay. But I think if he goes back, I don't think she's going to support him. That's just my personal opinion. See, okay, that's what I wonder too. He had no driver's license. So I'm trying to figure out, like, they said the same thing. Like, you can't purchase a car without a driver's license. I mean, even if you're paying cash for it, yeah, because you still have to show a license. Maybe you had a copy of hers. Maybe it's just like, I'm not buying it for me. I'm buying it for this other person. Here's her driver's license. It's going to be in her name. I don't know. I'm not going to say, but I have a feeling there's a lot more money where that came from. And we all know where that money came from. Hello. He wasn't like working hard. He didn't make that much on his rap. Wasn't she like selling items though? I want to say because they were on Love during Lockup as well. And I think that she was selling items that he had, like shirts and shoes and like really odd stuff, which I thought was kind of strange. But I mean, again, if she's making money off of it, okay, cool. I think he's going to get in trouble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that right off the bat, the fact that he could not go and have that family get together without asking the said friend to just come on along and say hello. I thought, that's not a good idea. Plus, he's in the same area he was in before, so he knows all the same people. I don't know. I think I give it 6 months from now, and I think he's going to be back in prison. That's my personal opinion. Don't hate me for it. Yeah, exactly. There's no paperwork in the car. I remember that. I thought this is strange. Oops, something just popped up on my computer. Don't know what that was. Yeah, I do remember that. No paperwork. So, but he did say it was legitimate. That it was legitimate buy. Legitimately, it was her car. But I don't know how you do that from prison. Like clearly, this guy's got people working for him. So, and he's even said that. He's got a lot of people that back him and help him. So I don't know. This couple, they'll be fine, I think, as long as he stays out of trouble. That's my opinion. Because they seem close. Well, she is very controlling. But wouldn't you be? I would be controlling. Because, I mean, this guy's around her kids. They're, that embrace, like when those kids got home from school or whatever, was a bit much for me. Even though they've talked to each other and they've probably done the video calls and whatnot, I don't think I would have allowed a guy that has never like been around my children, like been around them, to just pick my kid up and like hug them in that type of way. You know what I mean? It was uncomfortable to me. Looked like it was uncomfortable to the son too. He's kind of like, we'll see. He doesn't seem like he has a lot of faith in the guy either. So, and kids know, they're smart. They know stuff. I just thought that was, I don't know. I didn't like it. It made me feel weird. So I'm excited for this season because we got Love After Lockup and then we got Life After Lockup coming up, which if y'all don't know, one of the couples was pregnant in the last season. So I'm pretty sure since we've not seen one picture of that baby, and that would be the other one who robbed the bank, Chase. And yeah, the son is very jealous. Well, because the son has had her all to himself. He's been the man of the family. He's been the only boy there. So I don't blame him. I'd be jealous too. I'd be like a little bit like, where'd you come from? Why are you here? Why are you picking me up and hugging me like you've known me forever? Yeah, he's keeping an eye on him. I like that. I mean, if I had a kid like that, I would be very impressed. Actually, I do have one like that. I have a feeling she'd be the same way. But I'm excited for this new season to start of Life After Lockup because I think we're going to see some fun stuff on there. Don't forget, even though it's reality TV, a lot of this stuff is made to look like, it's different from what it really is. So we'll see. But I'm ready to see that baby. So I'm not seeing the baby yet. Not one picture of their baby. So I'm ready for that. But I am going to dip out of here and go watch stuff with my kid because I think today is her last day before she has to go back to school. So, and for those who watch 90 Day Fiancé, tonight is the first part of a 4-part. I don't know why they're doing it in 4 parts. I'm not very happy about that. I like to hope that they're not doing it separately, like 1 part every week, but I kind of think they will. But 4 weeks is a long time for like one tell-all. Either way, my phone is talking to me. Yeah, I thought she did too. So I'm excited because there's a lot of good stuff coming up. We got the tell-all, which I have not been covering 90 Day, because the tell-all is exactly that. It tells all. And I don't have a lot of opinions really on what's going on this season. I don't know. I just don't. So I really didn't bother to cover it. And I just, like I said, I've got so many other things going on in my life. I'm busy, busy, busy. And I have been getting sick, like just consistently. Pisces, hello, hello. I already watched the first tell-all. Is it really? Nice. I'm excited to watch it. There's only one person I could not care less if she was on there. I really wish she wasn't. And that's Angela. And sorry, but I'm just going to speak my mind about that. I don't like her. I don't like the way she treats people. I don't like the way she talks to people. I don't like her, period. At first I did. I thought it was just a show. I thought, oh, you know what? She's just putting on for the show. And then I've seen the things that she does out in public, and I don't have any respect left for her. None. I'm not sure I started with any, but if I ever did, all that's gone. It's been gone. Like, you don't treat a person like the way she treats her man. That's not right. Yes, she needs to be gone. Out the door. TLC, take the hint. Everybody is saying you need to get rid of her. She's abusive. Just in her language and in her actions and the way that she looks like she would just smack the crap out of somebody like that. Sorry, y'all. Oh, does she really? Pisces, I wonder if they will. I don't think that they will. She brings a lot of drama, and they like the drama. And I'm not the least bit surprised by this, that she starts from the minute she walks out, because she comes in hot every time. And it's like she's expected, like the tell-all, if she's on it, she is expected to show her ass every time. If she were to sit there and be a wallflower and be quiet, nobody would know what to think. So she's got to keep that persona up, I guess, for the tell-all. But I'm seeing a lot of things that really bother me about her. She can go on about her life and do as she pleases. And then you have poor Michael over there who has to fight to have an Instagram. And she's like, oh, but I caught him cheating. He's been talking to somebody, told her that he loved her. And I don't know how much of that's true. I mean, for all we know, he could have been talking about her. Oh, you're right, Minnie. She did. Oh, I think you're talking about Avery. Avery's mom? I think that's who you're talking about. Because she came at her, and she may have hit her. Which I'm a little bit surprised. Like, why don't you people press charges against these people? If you walked up to me, if anybody, I don't care who you are, if you walked up to me and slapped me, hit me for absolutely no reason, I didn't touch you first, you bet your ass I'm going to call the cops. Like, you're not going to get away with that. Yep, that's who it was Avery. She told Shyla that she has no self-control. Shut up. Really? Is it Shyla or Skyla? I think it's Skyla. Christine Christopher Christmas. Well, hello, Christine Christopher Christmas. Good evening. How are you, dear? We went from talking about Love After Lockup, and I kind of switched it over to 90 Day. Because we're talking about this tell-all. And that does not surprise me that she has no self-control. But it's like, girl, go get yourself a really good therapist. You need some therapy. You need some like anger management courses. Don't talk to people that way. Don't treat people like that. Just saw her tell the story again the other day. Wait, are we still talking about Angela? Who are we talking about, Minnie? Yeah, I know. It did me too. And I thought about twice about doing this live, and I'm like, I've already put it off for like a week. And I hated to reschedule. and I'm trying to get out of a rut. So I thought sometimes when I go live, it helps me just like feel a little bit better. That's why I know these people that go live for long periods of time. I'll be honest with y'all, sometimes when we do go live and we hit that live button, even though we're essentially sitting and looking at ourselves and talking to ourselves, it gives you like, I don't know, it just makes you feel better. You feel like you're talking to people that you know really well, which I do know a lot of the people that come in here really well. Yep, it was Avery. I knew that's who you were talking about. But yeah, it does. It helps. And it's like, I will say this, after the first of the year, the next month will be a little bit crazy. But after that, I intend to go live pretty often. I'm going to cover a lot of different shows. I honestly, I have never covered any like, true crime or anything like that, but there are some true crime stuff that's going on right now. The whole Idaho thing has me just like, my head is spinning. I'm just trying to figure out like, everybody else is like, why it happened, how did that happen, y'all know what I mean? That's something I think, I don't know if they're going to show. It'll be a long time before this guy ever gets a trial, but if he does, I wonder if they'll show it, because I honestly would like to share that. I have a lot of opinions about that. Yes, we did. How did I not know, though, you lived in the same state? I did not realize. I don't know why I thought you were in a different area. I guess because it's not brought up very often. I mean, I say often, I'm here in Arizona. Whatever, like, come get me. What are you going to do? Come on, dox me if you want. What are you going to do about it? Luckily, I don't think I've pissed anybody off enough to do that, and hopefully I don't. But if I do, don't prank call me. I'm not in the mood. Just don't. Don't prank call me, because I'll just block you really quickly. As a matter of fact, my phone has a filter thing on it where it filters out phone calls that it suspects are like spam or potentially like, just crap numbers, and it will put them in a different little section. A lot of times it will automatically reject the call. So I like that. So if you try to call me from a number that's not listed, yeah, good luck. I don't know. Most people have my number though. I've never had an issue. And I've had people's addresses, and not one time have they ever been doxxed, nor will they ever be doxxed. Ooh, speaking of which, I sold a set of books. Ooh, I haven't seen her. Signed copies, and I've got to get those bad boys out tomorrow. I'm excited when I sell those because it's kind of fun. I actually make more money doing that than I do selling them from Kindle, or because I buy them. I have to pay for them though. It's not like they don't go, oh, well, because you wrote them, you get them for free. It doesn't work like that. So I sell them for not much over what I pay for them. And just for shipping. And it's kind of nice because it doesn't show my sales on like Kindle. It's called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. But I'm fine with that because it shows the sales when I buy. So it does show sales. Yeah, Manny and I have chatted back and forth. I chat with a few people. That's okay. But I chat with good people. I do. I try to be careful about who I talk to because sometimes you just never know, right? Ooh, I just went out of focus there. I got a lot going on behind me here. Look at all this shit y'all have to deal with. Y'all just don't know. Like, there used to be a lot of really cool stuff right here, and now it's just stuff piled up that I have to get rid of. All right, I'm going to check out of here. What time is it? 5 o'clock? I have no idea what time this tell-all starts, but we have an 82-inch TV, and I would much rather watch it there than on my little tablet. So I'm going to go check it out. Oh, actually, I can download the app, can I? What app is it on? Is it on TLC Go? I just thought about that. I'm going to go do that right now. All right. If y'all want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but I don't think there's much to talk about, honestly. The tell-all tells us all. Tells everything we need. All right. I'm going to peace out of here. Everybody, if you didn't hear in the beginning and you're just coming in towards the end, just be very aware, that somebody just lost their mom, that Jules lost her mom today. And it's like I said, my mom is still with me, and I don't know for how long, but I do know this. I intend to spend every minute that I can with her until she's not here anymore, because a lot of people are losing their parents right now, and it breaks my heart. I lost my dad, and that was heartbreaking because there was a lot of unresolved things, you know what I mean? Things that weren't said. And so I am glad that Jules was very close to her mom and that she had that quality time with her. But it's still not going to be easy. You can, when you're expecting something like that to happen, because I've been there, even when it happens, you think, well, this is how I'm going to react to it. You don't know how you're going to react to it. That happened with me when I lost Ashley. Like, I kept thinking I was going to react to it one way, and I went the total opposite. So you can't predict how you're going to take that sort of loss. It is very heartbreaking. You were flipping potatoes. Is that what you said? Cooking, not weirdness. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, see, Minnie, and that's what I fear is, like, I want to go and be next to my mom and be close to my mom, where I don't feel like if something were to happen to her, I don't have that feeling of I wasn't there. I already have that feeling a lot. I've been out here 23 years. I've not gotten to see my mom a lot because I can't afford it most of the time. And it's a lot to try to get out there. Holidays, as y'all have seen, I don't do holidays. Driving, maybe, but I will never be doing flights during Christmas or Thanksgiving. None of that. Never going to happen. Nope. Never going to be one of those. So I will just avoid all that and go be close to her. That's my plan. And I can't wait. It's a new start. New year, new start, and I'm excited. And for those of you who have lost your moms, I'm so sorry. That's my biggest fear. I'll be honest. Oh, Christine, I know, but I know. I remember when that happened too. Like, I know that's very hard. It's different, because you're different with one parent than you are with another. Like, I was a daddy's girl growing up, and then we sort of went separate ways as I got a little bit older. And then I became very close to my mom in my early 20s. Like, I couldn't stay away from her. She was my best friend. She is my best friend. So I can't imagine. I don't even want to think about it. Oh, Pisces. You're right. Healing does happen in stages. They always say that you go through, there's like several different ways. There's several courses of grief. Like, there's several stages, and you usually go through them in a specific, in that order. And that's not what happened to me. Like, I started off in disbelief. Like, I didn't think it was real, which, given my situation, I could see that. But then I always said, I said before she passed, I'm like, okay, I'm going to deal with this in a positive way. I'm going to make something positive come out of this such a hard loss. And that's not the route I took. I don't know if I want to say the route I took. It's not one that I wish I would have taken, but you just don't ever know how you're going to react. You may go complete opposite way of how you think you're going to, handle it. 3 years and still bothers you. My dad's been gone since 2013. Oh my gosh. Wow. It'll be 10 years. in about 4 months since he passed. Yeah, Pisces, I stayed in the anger stage for a really long time. Really long time. I was mad at everybody that came my way. Didn't matter who it was. I just didn't get along well with people. I was confrontational. Something that I've never been before, I turned into a different person. And it kind of scared me a little bit that I was turning into that person because it's not who I am. But in that moment, it's like I could not stop it. It was just, it was I was mad because everybody else was living and, they got to live. And here's my daughter over here, who didn't get to live. And it didn't make sense to me. I couldn't get past that. And the fact that I prayed every single day for her, and this is not saying, oh my gosh, prayer doesn't work, because it's not true, because we've seen it work. And my prayer didn't come to me the way I wanted it to. But I will say now I have a lot more peace with her passing. And I feel like I do more positive things with what's going, with the way that it went on. Like I did the walks for the Leukemia Society, because that's what she had. She had leukemia. I've raised money for different organizations who are just wonderful. So there has been some good that has come out of it, Right, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, you expect, what was weird is I went back to work. I worked in the bank, and I went back to work like a month after she passed, and she was only 9. So, I mean, and it was weird because people are all like, oh, you're new here. And I'm like, oh gosh, no, I've been with the bank for a while. But I was new to that location. And as far as these people knew, I was new. Like, no, I'm not new. And then they would ask why I was there, like where I came from. Because, you get to know people. For some reason, customers are nosy in banking. Don't ask me why. We get nosy too. So I get it. And I would have to explain to every single person that asked, like, what brought you to this location? And I would have to explain to them. And I thought, oh my God. And you have to remember, this is right after 9/11 happened. She passed on August 2nd. And I went back to work like maybe a week after 9/11, not even. Because that was the first time we had ever brought a TV in so that we could see the news consistently all day long. So I had that loss. Then 9/11 was talked about all day at work on the TV, and it's just there and you hear it. And I would come home, and I know you all remember, like it was consistent. It was always on TV. So we were hearing about this terrible, terrible, terrible thing that happened. And I'm just like, okay, I've had like enough. I need a minute to just think. AFSP walk. What is that? If you don't mind me asking. It does bring you peace though. Those walks are cool because the people that go and do them together, they all have one thing in common. They've all lost, like, so when I go for the Leukemia Society, everybody there has either been with someone who has fought a blood cancer, lost someone who's fought, a blood cancer, or is, currently dealing with it. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for that. I didn't know that. I don't know if it'll let me tag that up there. I think it might. That's cool though. I didn't even know that existed. Honestly, Pisces, I didn't know that existed, but you know what? There's somebody I know of in the community who lost someone that way. I won't call them out because I don't think that's my place, but I wonder if they know that place exists. I hope they come back and watch this. I might send them a little thing saying, hey, I don't know if you know this exists or not, but it might help with that healing process. I feel like that's probably one that's the hardest loss because you don't know why, and you don't know like why somebody is hurting that badly. Just like, this whole thing with, and I'll be honest, 2022, in my opinion, I thought was one of the worst years that I've had in a really long time. Not as far as losses go, but as far as like just everything was so funky and felt off. Everything was just off. I will reach out to her and let her know that sounds like a really good like a foundation for her to get involved with. Because I know she has some you think about it. Like we looked at the life of Twitch. We watched him dance. We watched him be a family man. We watched him be a good father, a good husband. He was on TV. He was always smiling, always happy. To hear about that, I honestly thought, okay, there's got to be foul play. There's no way that this guy did this. There's no way. And then we find out there was a letter. He had every intention on doing what he did. And it honestly, that shook me to my core. I did not know this man, but I did follow him. And he always looked so happy. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I am glad that you are able to fully grieve, because you know what? A lot of people don't understand grief doesn't have a time limit. It's been we're going on year 22 for me after losing my daughter. And don't get me wrong, I've lost a brother since. I've lost my father. I've lost an aunt. I lost an uncle. I lost a cousin. I lost a lot of family, like a lot of people. But I will say probably my hardest loss was my daughter. That doesn't mean the other ones weren't hard. My brother's loss was really hard. That was one that took me by. It wasn't expected. So it was a really, really hard loss. And also I was trying to get on a plane to get there before this happened. And there was no crew for the plane. Needless to say, I did not make it on time, but I don't know. You know, you've got these people who come on and they use these losses as a form of, you know, I don't think that YouTube should be used as like, it's not your therapist. Let's just put it that way. YouTube is not our therapist. Now, if people come together on a panel and they want to talk about whatever situations, I think that's good. I think everybody should support each other with these losses, like, because they're really hard, especially during the holidays. But if they want to talk about it, that's cool. And if they don't, that's cool. However, I don't feel like using those losses to excuse certain types of behavior. No. I was probably a big old asshole after my kid died. I'm not going to lie. I was not a nice person for a while. Can't help that. You know what I mean? I can't help that. Like I was doing what I was doing because I didn't know how to deal. Hello, not that girl. I didn't know how to deal. Never dealt with that before. Didn't even know anybody who had dealt with that before. You know, like I did, but they were at St. Jude. And when they would lose their kids, they would just leave. They wouldn't even tell people bye. They didn't want to stick around. Oh, you know what? I can do that, Pisces. I'm actually very comfortable with talking about it because I'll be honest with you, what helped me get through that loss, I wrote a book. And that's what got me started really writing. I mean, I always wrote when I was younger. I did poems and stuff, which by the way, they were always very dark. I was a very dark teenager, apparently, but because I still have those. I have them in a hope chest that my grandmother bought me. For those of you down south who are used to those hope chests and what they mean, I put like all of my memories from high school and stuff in there. But yeah, I wrote a book about her, and that is what helped me heal because I had nobody here. I was by myself. The guy I live with, he was always out of town, so I didn't have a lot of people here for me when that happened. I was alone. I couldn't pick up the phone and call much of my family because some people were okay with hearing about it, and some people just are like, I can't talk about that. And I'm thinking, why is it so hard for you to talk about? Like, I'm struggling over here. I need to talk about it. And I should have gotten help, but I didn't. But I will if you want me to talk about it, her story. and I will share like her pictures and stuff. I think I have some on my, if you go look, Pisces, on my community page, I think I might have shared like a video or something like around her birthday where I shared pictures of her because she was just like me. And when I say just like me, I mean a little spitfire. We were so much alike. It was weird. We looked alike. We talked alike. We acted alike. It was like, that definitely was my child. You just shut down and hid. Yeah. That's what I did. I went to work and I came home and I usually would start with a glass of wine and it might turn into two or three. This was, you have to remember, years ago. Years ago. Like I didn't have any other way to deal with it. So I dealt with it the only way I knew how, by myself. Writing that book, though, is what really helped me. That helped me get from point A to point B, where I felt like at that point I felt okay about it. You know what I mean? I didn't feel good about it because the little girl that she was best friends with there, I watched her grow up on Facebook. That was, that's kind of hard for me because I see her little friend who she was at St. Jude with had the same kind of cancer, same kind of leukemia, didn't start the same way though. And she's doing great. And I've seen her grow up and go to college and get married. And she's trying to have a child. And I'm like, why didn't my kid get to have those things? It's not like I feel angry that she's here and mine's not. It's just like, why did this have to happen to my child? And, other kids got to live. It just didn't make sense to me. And it probably never will. It'll probably be one of those things that I'll go to my grave with wondering, like, why? But, it is what it is. But I will share that with you, Pisces. Probably be a little while because I got a lot to deal with right now. Multiple books. Actually, I did too many. And I wrote 2 books, which helped me escape a lot. But actually, it was kind of fun to write about too. And I did include little bits of me and my life in the books. So it's kind of cool. It's not, they're totally fiction, but there is a lot of things in both books, especially the first one, that were based on things that I'm familiar with. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, I do like to read and escape. Lately, though, because there's so much going on YouTube, I catch myself either doing Netflix or YouTube, and I'm like, I need to get back to books because I like books. Oh, absolutely, Pisces Strong. Let me know. I think I only have 2 of the second book left. And one of them I have signed to the person who sort of started out with that whole, you need to get them too. Oh, I'm going to have to order more. There's a good friend of mine from way back when I was a teenager. Actually, no, this one's not signed. Okay, that's good to know. That I have 2 copies signed for him. He was a good friend. He was a really good friend. We were all boyfriend and girlfriend when I was like 13, but nothing past kissing or anything like that. You know what I mean? Who you watched? I don't know what that is. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately, though, Minnie. I've been trying to step away from this world a little more and get into the world of like fantasy that's not real. You know what I mean? Like the Dahmer thing got me all down. I'm like, that was too much. Can't do that. So I've been watching stuff like Little Fires Everywhere, Pieces of Her or Pieces of Me. I don't remember which one. That one's a little harsh, but it's cool though. It's not bad. What was the other one I'm watching? January 5th, a new season of Jenny and something comes out. It's really good. And if y'all want to start like watching some Netflix stuff and we can like talk about it in here, that would be fine. Because honestly, I like to do content. Are you really, Minnie? That's not unusual. I don't think that that's unusual at all. I'll be honest, like I had a dream one night that I was going to find him and talk to him, and then I did. I found him on Facebook, and it was the weirdest thing because I thought, this is so strange. And I have dreams like that, y'all. I have stuff happen to me sometimes. It's like, it creeps me out a little bit because sometimes I'll think things and I don't know, I don't think I manifest them, but I think they just happen. And I'm kind of like, ugh. So when I get like bad feelings, I don't say anything to anybody because sometimes when I get bad feelings, they actually happen. Sometimes they don't. Um, However, I had a little bit of a bad feeling about my friend who currently passed, and I hate that because I didn't want to admit that something could possibly happen, but it turns out that it did, and she did pass, and I don't know if y'all know who I'm talking about or not, but she was a sweet person. She had a good heart, really good heart. But if y'all want to start covering, like, ooh, we could do like some true crime stuff, and we can all like come in here and try to, figure out who done it, kind of thing, or whatever y'all want to do. Or it doesn't even have to be true crime. It could be like a show on Netflix or something, or whatever, Hulu, Peacock. I don't know. I watch stuff everywhere. Let me know what y'all are interested in. You know what, too? I'm gonna start doing a game night. I like game nights. They're fun, and maybe we can all have a few drinks, and everybody can come up on panel. And I don't know. I like to give away stuff. I don't know why. I'm not rich, but I did do a giveaway the last time we played a game. It was fun. Circle, they put people in apartments and they have profiles. They all talk and get voted out. Some can be catfishes. What? Hold on. Is this like a reality show? Or is that, I love the true crime stuff, Minnie. I freaking love it. The more I get into it, the more I'm like, I'm so curious about it. And to be honest, like years ago, I thought about either wanted to get in the medical field or I wanted to get into, oh my gosh, what is it called? Forensics, where you like would find out like how the person passed or whatever, or, how things took place. That always intrigued me. Pisces, if I get like a bad feeling, I go, oh, wait a minute, I'm thinking Pisces. I will warn you. It's not always a bad thing. I mean, like a bad feeling can mean you've had this feeling of like, dread or doom or something like that, that something is just not going to be great. It doesn't necessarily mean someone's going to lose their life, though. That's not usually what those mean. Because most times that's not the way it's happened. Thank God. Oh, it's on Netflix? So it's just called The Circle? Oh, we have to check that out. Ooh, you have a friend who's a DNA expert? Shut up. Ooh, we need her to come on. The first, I've been listening about that Idaho thing. And I heard for the first time the other day on when, they went on TV and they did the big news special report on it. And they started talking about it's something to do with DNA, and I forgot what it's called. But that's the first time I'd ever used that word, or I'd heard that word used. And I thought, that's interesting because I don't know what that even means. But it has something to do with the way that they determine things through DNA. Yes, right? I'm that stuff just makes me go, I can get in a deep rabbit hole with that type of thing. I can totally see me just getting so deeply involved in that type of stuff that I might not ever come out of that rabbit hole. I'm afraid. No, I think you spelled it right, which is interesting because I'm supposed to be like a really good speller. I say that all the time. I'm like, I'm such a good speller. Sometimes I screw words up though. When I was writing my books, like my brain would get so tired and I would spell a word. Have you ever looked at a word after you spell it and you think, God, that doesn't look right? And spell check didn't get it. So maybe it's right and spell check just didn't pick it up. And I would literally Google on my phone and say, how do you spell blah, blah, blah? And it would be right, but it would look so wrong. Ooh, you're going to solve 1 million crimes? Yes, I'm right there with you, Pisces. Let's do it. So I'm going to have to go watch that show, The Circle. That sounds interesting. We should go watch that. Minnie, you never did say. Is it like a reality thing or what is it? Let's see. They put people in apartments. They have profiles and they all talk. Oh, they get voted out. So it would be like a reality type situation. Reality TV, right? I believe that's how they found his was through. Yes, they did. And it was called, it was a word though. And I cannot think of it to save my life right now. And I heard it several times. And I thought, never heard of that before. But it definitely was DNA. But it's some type of system that they have that detects DNA that they refer to it as. See, forensic genealogy. Hold on, let me look. I don't think that's what it's called. Let's see. Y'all, I'm sorry. I am really bad about being on my phone. I am really bad about doing this whole, I Google stuff religiously. That's not what it was called. It was called DORUS or something like that. Let's see. Let me do this. What did students? Here we go. I want to know that word, and it's going to bug me until I know the word. Ooh, I don't even want to say that guy's name. He looks nasty. Oh, so it is. It's a reality show, and the winner left wins 150,000. I mean, hey, I wouldn't sneeze at 150 grand. Let's see if it tells it right here. Yeah, they had a specific word for it, and I have a feeling it's something we're going to hear a lot more often in these types of cases. It doesn't list it here either. That makes me want to go back and look at the special news report on it, because they did say it on there several times. Yeah, it's something like that, Pisces. Also, they said they found, well, they didn't, they're not telling a lot of information, which is kind of interesting. It makes me wonder, and they've said that everybody should feel safe now. So that makes me wonder, are they not looking for a second person? Do they not suspect there's a second person? Or are they looking for a second person and they don't want them to get tipped off? Honestly, I kind of wonder about that. Because how could one person do all that and nobody else know it? The person laying next to them, it's so brutal. I mean, what he did was so brutal. Y'all know what he was going to school for. He went to school for criminology. To get to know the minds of people who do these horrible things. It's weird. And then he did he put up some sort of he was looking for people who have done things that they were convicted of, but not sent. They were convicted, but maybe not sentenced. And he was asking questions such as, how did you feel before you did the crime? How did you feel after? How did you feel during? What was going through your mind? They said no second person. Yeah, I don't know, Pisces. Maybe there's not. Maybe they have evidence of what happened that they know there's not. He has the turtle suit on. And if y'all don't know, I did look that up. And the turtle suit is what they put on someone who they are afraid will get beaten up severely. That's the reason he has it on. I at first thought it was like a bulletproof vest, but that's not what it is. See, it doesn't list it here either. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to end up putting that down in the freaking comment section when I find it. It's something I've never heard of, and it's very, very interesting. But the whole DNA thing blows my mind. Just think about how many years ago, 20, 30 years ago, they couldn't find all this stuff. It hasn't been that long ago when, yeah, they are saying it was just him, and I guess they have enough proof. Who's ever going to want to live in that house now? Would you, I mean, let's think about it. If you have children that are going to that college, there's no way. Now, chances of something like that ever happening again in that house are not good, but would you want your kids to live in that house? I think they should just knock it down. Hold on. Research before, during, and after. Yeah, I know that they were saying that, they had been partying a lot. Wow, that really is having trouble picking me up there. They had, some of the girls and whatnot had been drinking, and surely they weren't that passed out. Either that or this sounds gruesome, or he got a area or spot on that person that made them unable to have, to give any kind of defensive wounds. I wonder who the two were that had defensive wounds. They didn't say, did they? Because there were two girls that were almost like sisters. They were best friends. They were in one bed. And then there was a girl and the boyfriend. They were in another bed. And it seemed like they're on different, like there was three. Was it a 3-story? Or was it like a basement and 2 stories? I'm not really sure. But the fact that there was like so much red bodily fluids, we'll say, because, YouTube is very weird about what you say, seeping out of the house, out of the walls, like how, y'all, that messes with my head. Now I'm scared to send my kid off to college. She's just going to have to live with me for the rest of her life. I'm going to wrap her up in bubble. We're going to put her in bubble wrap, and I'm just going to follow her everywhere she goes. Isn't that awful? She's 15. She's probably like, God, Mom, don't. Get away from me. But you know what I'm saying? It makes you a little weird about all this stuff. Like, don't be friends with weird people. But they weren't. But this guy, did y'all know, was following at least 2 of the girls on Instagram, which is creepy. Like, he was like checking them out before this even happened. So I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out. We'll see. I am going to, he was doing a research project asking for volunteers. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And there were even the questions were brought up in one of the things that I read. It was talking about the things he was asking. Oh, Xana and Ethan. So the boyfriend, girlfriend were the ones that had defensive. That's just weird, though, Pisces. Don't you think that that's weird? Like, it's almost like, was he trying to get into the mind of a criminal because that's what he did in school? Or had he done this before? This kind of makes you wonder, because they said that there are other people who had been brutally attacked with the same type of weapon, which makes me wonder, is this guy like a serial killer? I think that they might find out that he's done this before. See, I'm wondering the same thing, Christine. Like, I don't know how one person can have that type of strength, even if these people were like, super out of it, even if they're drunk, whatever, adrenaline is going to kick in. If somebody's there, like, you're going to be scared. Adrenaline is going to take over, and you come out with this like strength. And it seems to me like at least 2 of them were taken off guard and just didn't know anything. This doesn't make a sense. It just makes no sense to me. And the fact that the other 2 girls that they're their door was locked. That's the only reason that they're still here. And you know that they have to be absolutely horrified. And those girls will never be right after something like this. It's just weird. Let's just hope that 2023 we get a lot less bad news and a lot more good news because I've had enough of the bad news. I don't know about y'all, but I have had enough. It just seems like 2022 is not a good year in general. Maybe that's just for me, but I don't know. We lost a lot of people too, like big people that were younger and older. It's weird. I am with you, Christine. I think that there could be a second person. And I think that's why they're not saying much. Did y'all notice that they hem-hauled around on the questions that were being asked? They weren't giving any information out. Even though the guy's been found, they're being very, very tight-lipped, super quiet. It makes me think that there's just a lot more to it than we can imagine at this point. So I'll be anxious to see if they find that second person. This guy was living at home with his parents. Not that that's a bad thing, but wow. They didn't notice anything. You could tell by looking at him. He's creepy. Gives me like Ted Bundy vibes, so to speak. Just creepy. I don't know. All right. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let y'all go do your thing for the night. I'm going to go do mine. Looks like I think the tell-all is on. So I'm going to go check it out. I will be live again. Let's see. What is today? Sunday? A new season of 1,000 Pound Sisters starts very soon. I think in the next week or two. A new season of 1,000 Pound Best Friends starts in the next couple of weeks. So we have a lot of new things starting, and hopefully I can get my co-host up here with me. Hopefully she will be feeling better, and she and I can judge. We're going to be judgy. Just kidding. Well, maybe a little. All right. Everybody have a fabulous night. Thank you for popping in, saying hello, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It's free. It's easy. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you soon. Everybody have a good rest of your day, and peace out.